Just a few things about conservation. I feel like in the world of conservation, there is a big problem in terms of trying to actually get funding and be able to get the funding and use that funding efficiently in the way that you allocate the resources and the people that you put behind actually executing upon the resources that you give them and the projects that you have and everything. But when it comes to the actual funding aspect of everything, one of the or a few of the big things that I really think about are art within conservation, the use of technology within conservation, and events within conservation as well. Art is something that can communicate with people throughout all different worlds. They don't even have to like speak a specific language. Um, there's just this sort of primitive essence of art that I feel like speaks life to multiple people. It can invoke a different emotion in a multitude of different people. That should be more heavily, I guess, focused on in the realm of raising money for conservation. But with that, there's still a big focus on the print works within art. But I feel like as the next generation, our generation, starts to get money, we've always been exposed to the digital world. And one of the big things that I feel like is going to need to make a change is going from straight print works to some more digitized works, whether it's a digital frame that has moving images or moving videos that have been animated or just artwork in general that's been animated. I feel like will be more appealing to our generation. I also feel like the use of things such as NFTs in a completely sustainable way also have a big potential to be able to verify those assets, but then be able to appeal to the younger generation. um, Also, I feel like events could be more highly used. I feel like a lot of conservation right now is put on by just like galas and events like that, auctions, but events that aren't very innovative, that have just been, they work, so people just use them no matter how ineffective they have become or how the times have changed or how people have changed. It's just the same sort of events getting used in the same way over and over and over again. But I feel like different innovative events, like for example, I don't know, even just like a sailing trip around the world to be able to see different conservation projects, or having different platforms that if you buy these certain things or you collect these certain physical collectibles or digital collectibles, you can actually get a discount on having some sort of hands-on experience at a certain location. But things like that I feel like would be more impactful than just having galas or auctions all the time. And lastly, I feel like the aspect of content creation around the world of conservation is highly underlooked or underused. A lot of big media channels and traditional media channels have been doing the same thing for years. There's still big emphasis on traditional television commercials, on billboards, on signs on cars. But I feel like when it comes to today's media world, social media is really the television of our age. I feel like there should be more commercials on platforms such as YouTube, on streaming platforms like Hulu, where you can spend a fraction of the cost that you would on a regular TV commercial, but still get it streamed on a big streaming platform. And platforms like YouTube, they have some of the most high level analytics of any platform out there, and it's all digital. So being able to actually leverage those analytics day by day to be able to target the right people that you need to be able to get excited about conservation, that can actually donate some discretionary income to conservation, or even just like spread the word around conservation. I feel like it could have widespread impacts, but I feel like it's being heavily undervalued right now. I feel like the world of social media, even though it does seem big, is still heavily undervalued. And in the future, with the increasing relevance of augmented reality, virtual reality, and the metaverse, I feel like there's going to need to be a lot bigger emphasis on technology when it comes to conservation. We can't just have the same sort of things that we've done for fundraising over the years. We can't have the same sort of awareness campaigns that we've been doing over the years. I feel like we need to have more innovative and more technologically advanced ways to spread the word and the message around conservation. There's so many different ways that we can tell stories nowadays. there's so many different resources that we can use that are low cost to be able to tell the story about conservation nowadays. But I just feel like it hasn't been used. But yeah, just some thoughts.